Go on. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Maybe, yeah.
Yes.
So I heard, why I came up, I heard what you said. I know you are very knowledgeable and you would, one of the attributes of, intellectuals is when you're able to take correction. You understand? Yes, like nobody is a universe of knowledge. So something where you must have.
This your introduction not too long ago. What you want to talk?
What I want to do, what I want in nutshell, what I want to do, I want to correct something wrong when you talk. You understand?
Okay. What you talk?
You said that you ask any Igbo person to pronounce Igbo, that he would not say Igbo.
No, you just did it. No, you just did it.
Huh?
I don't.
How?
You are proving my point.
How?
Say IGBO, your ethnic group. Say the name.
It's Igbo.
That's the point. See,
it is
when we. What did you say?
Igbo. That is the typical pronunciation.
You just did it now. When you first came up, the first two times you pronounced it exactly the way I said you would pronounce it. It is just now that you call it Igbo.
No,
I wish I. You know what? This is recorded though.
So you will hear it in case you do not hear me correctly.
No. You're not listening to me. Wait. This thing is recorded though. When you came up, you said you have a problem with the way I said Igbo.
Yeah. Exactly.
Now listen, I don't say Igbo. I'm not saying Igbo. I know that's not. I mean, no. I've never. That's the funny thing. If you listen to me, I've never said Igbo. Igbo is the anglicized way. Now, in Igbo people, they call people Igbo because the BW now work. They just say Igbo.
Okay.
For instance, we have an actor in the UK now. His name is John Boyega. His real name is actually Adegboyega.
Okay.
But the British have no B in their own lexicon, so they will use B. So they call Boyega instead of Boyega. Okay. What they will do for B is what they will do for your own. So for instance, when you came up, you were like, it's Igbo. And that's what I call it. I call it Igbo.
Okay.
So
again, not Igbo, like IBO.
No, I'm not saying IBO. Okay. No, see, I already know that is disrespectful. I don't. I have nothing to gain by calling you Igbo.
Okay.
I
my point is Igbo people don't pronounce Igbo. It is Igbo.
No. So listen to me. Let me tell you, there are three things here. There's Igbo. That's Oyinbo. There's Igbo. That's Southeast. There's Igbo. That's Yoruba. See, Igbo people, they are Yoruba people. They are in a larger area today. Igbo are in the southeastern part of Nigeria. Igbo is how the Oyinbo used to call the Igbo of southeast Nigeria. So there are three ways of pronouncing and those three pronunciation, two of the pronunciation mean the same person, the same group. The last one means another group. So Igbo is what, if you read the book by Olaude Kwano, I know you know him, I'm sure you know him. He even spells it as EBOE.
You know, he wasn't referring to the southeast, right?
He wasn't talking about southeast, he was talking about something east of Benin. Yeah. But maybe not south.
That's together. But there is anyway, let me not go into that. Go on.
All I'm trying to say really is that there are three different pronunciations, but maybe you think I'm calling you Igbo people. I don't call people Igbo because I think it's disrespectful. They don't like to be called that, so that's fine. But the point is that the GB, the sound of the GB in the southeast is different from the one for a larger people.
If that's the assertion, you are correct.
Thank you.
But I thought what I thought you were trying to say was the correct pronunciation of Igbo is IBO, and that is how we say it. No. Ask any Igbo person who would say Igbo. I'm like, how?
No, I'm not. I don't do the IBO thing because you guys.
And the IBO thing is not how we pronounce it. That's what I wanted to say.
Because even in the in the 30s and the 40s when Igbo Federal Union was formed in the 1940s. Even then, your people will call it Igbo, but they will write it like the British as IBO, but the pronunciation is Igbo.
Exactly.
So I know like you said, I'm not an island of knowledge. I don't know everything, but I know this one. Say, no be Igbo like Yorùbá, but also no be Igbo like Oyibo. Now in between,
Exactly. So I thought why I came up to just to correct that, but actually I was wrong because I thought that's what you said. The IBO, just like they were just trying to write it the way the British wrote it, because the one was the most popularized, documented written form of it. But how we pronounce it is Igbo, not IBO, not Igbo. There is the the GB sound there. Probably the I in your side. How you pronounce it?
No, I think it's the GB. The GB. What's the GB? Is it
the GB is not very heavy. But
that's what I'm saying. In our own, the B is heavy. Like if we say Igba. So Igba is Calabash. Igba is garden egg. Igba is 200. Igba is time. So our B is heavy. Your GB is not like our own B. That's what I'm saying. But let me ask you a question. Do you think do you also agree that you are from Ife?
That's an absolute fallacy.
Oh.
There is no historical documented connection between the Igbo people across the Niger, especially with the Yorubas. The only situation where there is any sort of connection between Igbo speaking people and Yoruba speaking people being in a particular indigenous conglomerate is where you find the Olukumi in Enuani. That is in Delta North. That is the only, that's the only place you see
connection.
Aborigines of Igbo and Yoruba, being in same clan.
True.
Aside that, no connection, no whatever whatsoever. Even though there's a theory, regardless, that at some point linguistically, that the Igbo language and the Yoruba language, emanated from a particular parent language. I don't know if you know about that.
Yes, I've read about it. As well, beyond linguistics, there's also the part of the formation of identity, and that goes way back. Like if we ever met, that would be thousands of years.
Exactly. So that's the only two theories I know about Igbo and Yoruba connection. Aside that, in all my research and all my knowledge and history and even linguistics aside, in history in particular, there is no connection. You have connections with maybe Igala, we have connections with Benin, you have connections with Ibibio, most surrounding surrounding us. You understand, and so on and so forth. But Yoruba in particular, zero. Except in that situation where you have them, you have people indigenous to a particular land and they are Igbo speakers. There are people indigenous to that particular land and they are Yoruba speakers, stroke Olukumi. Aside this situation, there's no other that I know of.
All right. I mean, you're right. I mean, if you go to the Olukumi area, for instance, some of the things they have even changed. So, for instance, Ekwefun, they now call it Unkunzo because they're using Igbo language because they've been influenced and all that. But now they're reclaiming it because certain people are doing. Maybe you're not like that, but there are people who go around saying things like, "Oh, it's Ukunzo, so it's Igbo land," and say that the Olukumi.
I don't know if you know. According to their tradition in that side, they are regarded as the earliest settlers. I don't know.
God bless you. It's not Odiani.
Yes, Odiani means the first settlers.
The aborigines of the space.
Yeah, the aborigines, something like that.
So how will, thank you, because, so how will people now say things like the Odiani met them there and took land from them? This is the kind of narrative that goes around. By the way, you may not think like that, but I think people like you have to speak up and correct your people. People are carrying microphones all over places and telling them that, the Olukumis met them there. And I was like, how would Olukumi meet them there and they will still call Olukumi the oldest persons or the oldest people there? Like, it doesn't really make sense. But please, I just want to ask that people like you speak up and that you correct, because I know you exist. I always acknowledge that there's a remnant, there's a wise minority, but the sad part is that the wise minority is a silent minority.
I don't think that as a compliment, though.
It may not be, but see, it's the best I can do. The point is that, so let me say it this way, you guys, and I'm not being patronizing, but I don't I like to say things like, I have people that I talk to from your space, and we don't agree on everything. Just like you came up, you tried to correct me, but it's called that we're together and then we are just talking, no big deal. And they will not try to change anybody's history. We understand history and just move on. But the point is that as far as the public space is concerned, you are a minority. To make it worse, you are also silent. So we can have conversation right now, even if, like, now we both agree on things, so that's good. But even if we don't agree, we can still, disagree respectfully.
Exactly.
Right? But that's how conversations should go. Not that I have to change my history to make you feel comfortable. But the point is that people like you, for the most part, are the exception to the rule. And so what we need, if you can give someone like me, would be that people like you would also speak up and say, listen, there are just some extremes that people are going, and the kind of things that happen. My brother,